Hey, my name is Gijs and I'm gonna learn you how to play Mood by 24kGoldn in an easy way. Step 1, the melody. Step 2, the chords. Step 3, the melody combined with the chords. And step 4, the original riff of Mood, which is more difficult to play than step 3. Step 1, the melody. The fingering I use to play the notes is in preparation for step 3. So, if step 2 is the last step you'll take, you can adjust the fingering of the melody. We start with a pinky on the 8th fret of the B string. You would pick it twice. And after that, we play the 6th fret on the B string with the index finger. After the 6th fret on the B string, we play the 6th fret on the E string, also with the index finger. And my finger stays on the B string, so I can mute it, and I press the E string with my phalanx. The portion so far. After the last 6th fret on the E string, you have to stop the note. You can do this by releasing your finger of your left hand just a little bit or mute it with your palm of the right hand. And stop. And after that we press the 6th string of the E string again. Then you put your pinky on the 8th fret of the E string. Then you play the 8th fret on the E string again and slide it to the 10th fret. And you only pick it once. After the slide, you stop the note from ringing again. Stop. This portion so far. 6, 8, slide, stop. And after the slide, the pinky gets to the 10th fret of the B string and you pick it twice. Now we're going to play the second bar completely. Again. The first 2 bars in a row. Stop. Okay, the second part is almost the same, but after the slide, you play the 8th fret on the E string. So the 4th bar, the second part completely sounds like this. Again. Now we're going to play step 1 completely. You can adjust the tempo in the settings of the YouTube video. Step 2, the chords. We don't play those chords in the first position, but we're going to play them higher up the neck. And we'll only use the G, the B and the E string. The first chord is the E flat. And you play it like this. The 8th fret on the G string, the 8th fret on the B string and the 6th fret on the E string. The next chord you play is the G minor in a D minor shape. It starts with a 7th fret on the G string, the 8th fret on the B string and the 6th fret on the E string. After the G minor, we play the B flat. It starts with the 7th fret on the G string, then the 6th fret on the B string and the 6th fret on the E string. The last chord is the F major. You start with the 10th fret on the G string, the 10th fret on the B string and the 8th fret on the E string. Now we know how to play the chords, but the timing is a little bit tricky and it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's slow it down a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. After every stroke you play, you change the chord. We'll start with the first two chords to practice this. So we start with the chord E flat. For the change between the E flat and the G minor, we can leave our middle finger on the 7th fret of the G string. I only have to lift my ring finger to get to the next chord. We're going to practice the change between those chords. The E flat and the G minor. The E flat and the G minor. For the next chord, I only have to lift my pinky. This is because I put my index finger flat on the B and the E string. We're going to practice the chords from start till the B flat. So first we play the E flat chord, after that the G minor, and after that the B flat. 3, 4, to B flat, again to the E flat, from the start, then we go from B flat to the F. And now we're going to practice this. The B flat to the F, and I stop between the chords. Stop. All the chords in a row in the same tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to play step 2 completely. Step 3. Now we're going to combine step 1 and step 2. So we'll play the melody and the chords at the same time. We go back to the melody. The melody started on the 8th fret of the B string. We let this note ring in an E flat chord. But we want the melody note on top, so we don't play the E string. So we only play two strings, the G string and the B string, and both pressed on the 8th fret. And after that we only play the melody note, and it sounds like this. And after that the melody continues to the 6th fret on the B string. And after that we play the G minor chord, and the melody is on the 6th fret on the E string. So that means that we can play the whole chord. The first bar completely, and after the G minor, we play the B flat, and we can play the whole chord because the melody starts on the 6th fret of the E string. Then we move the pinky to the 8th fret. Then we can release the whole chord because we don't let the chord ring during the slide. Then we'll move to the next chord, the F chord. The melody note is on the 10th fret of the B string. So we don't play the E string in this chord. The only two notes left in this chord are the 10th fret on the G string and the 10th fret on the B string. We start on the B flat. Now we're going to play this part completely, but let's slow it down a bit. 3, 4. The second part is exactly the same as the first part, but when we play the F chord, the melody note is on the 8th fret of the E string. This means we can play the whole chord. We start on the B flat. Now we're going to play step 3 completely. Step 4. Now it's time to play the original riff of Mood. The 6th fret on the A string and the 8th fret on the B string. There are 2 strings between those notes, but I mute it with my index finger. So the 6th fret on the A string, the strings between are muted, and I press my pinky on the 8th fret of the B string. And the E string is also muted. You have to pick those strings twice. Then the melody note of the 8th fret drops to the 6th fret. And you hit the same strings as before. The muted strings between the notes are for the extra attack. Then we slide up the neck to the 10th fret on the A string and the 11th fret on the B string. I slide on the B string with my pinky, which starts on the 8th fret of the B string, which I press when I begin the slide. Here too, you leave the rest of the strings muted. From the start till this point, then we play the B flat. And the B flat goes like this. It's the 8th fret on the D string, the 7th fret on the G string, the 6th fret on the B string, and the 6th fret on the E string. All the fretted note of the chord ring. Then you put your pinky on the 8th fret of the E string and you stop the chord from ringing when you start the slide. Make sure you hit the higher strings harder when you play the second melody note. After the slide we play the F chord and we play it like this. We play the 8th fret on the A string, the 10th fret on the D string, the G string is muted, I mute it with my index finger, then the 10th fret on the B string, and the E string is also muted. You start at the B flat chord. We're going to play the first 2 bars completely. The second part is exactly the same as the first part, but when we play the F chord, the melody note is on the 8th fret of the E string. So make sure your index finger presses the 8th fret on the A string and on the E string. Add the other fingers. The second time you hit the F chord, make sure you hit the higher notes harder. Part 2 completely. Now we're going to play step 4 completely. Thank you for watching. If you want to stay tuned, subscribe on my channel and follow me on Instagram.